Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs, and today's episode will be on Barry and Captain Baxter. So I'm going to start on Barry first. Now my Barry is based off of the Soder Caterpillar's Barry. His version was really good and really nice, and I kind of wanted that for myself, so I kind of looked at his Barry for reference and tried to replicate the build process with how he did it. And if you don't know who Barry is a canceled Railway Series character that was meant to be, I think, an IVAC something. I don't remember the class name, but he was meant to be a, works or rescue engine. So a lot of people have made him in the black and, I think British Rail black livery. And so, yeah. Anyway, so I used the Soder Caterpillar's version as reference, and I made this. So how I made him was I took a 2003 James and cut, basically just took the entire top part off and left the running board. Then I took the cab and I cut the little, indent that James has on the back there, and I just flipped it around so that way the rough side with the cut would be facing towards the firebox where it wouldn't be seen too much, and it left the smooth side on this. Now there is hot glue going around it. That's just because I had to fill in the hole and it didn't have milliput, so I do really need to get milliput sometime. But anyway, so with the firebox, it's just the normal James firebox, but it's been cut down to be level with the, boiler there. Then the front, it dips down, and for that, I just used a toothpick with, two of the face pegs that held the face in. They work really good for frames and, representing them, so I glued those on to represent the frames on the front of the class that I believe Barry's based off of. And yeah, nothing's really changed with the boiler and smoke box. Those are just really the same. I did obviously have to cut into the running board. And the and the popsicle stick that I used, I had cut it a little bit short on that end, which I do regret, but oh well, it's been glued on. So anyway, the face is the original 2003 face. I figured might as well just give it to him because I didn't have any other faces that would look good. So I just repainted the eyes, eyebrows, and mouth for Barry, so yeah. Now the tender is kind of a custom build. I used the original tender and I just chopped the top off of it, kind of like what the Soder Caterpillar did. But my cutting job was very shit, and no matter how much I sanded it, it would not look good. So I ended up wrapping the entire thing in cardboard, or a Pepsi box thin cardboard, and I was able to kind of clean it up and make it look more like the tender that the class has. I think it's like an IVAT 2MT, but I also think that's just Arthur. So I don't know, but it's something with an IVAT. Anyway. The top here for, I believe, the coal bunker is just a scrap piece of wood. It's a little uneven, but you won't really notice it too much because it's all black. So yeah, it's really nice, actually. I like how this one came out. I also put Barry's tender on the bottom of it, so yeah. A little bit of a buffer beam back there, too, so that's fun. And then this, I believe, is supposed to be like a cover for in between the engine and the tender, but yeah, I just kind of took a thin piece of cardboard to represent that, so I don't know, it works. The windows are painted in the normal gray that I use for my black engines. The running board is actually a little bit of lighter shade. It's, I think, dolphin blue or dolphin gray that the paint was called that I used for the running board. But I just took a toothpick and just kind of ran it along the running board there. So, yeah. Otherwise, I really like how Barry came out. He looks a little tall and, like, stubby, but compared to, like, a Thomas, he's actually a good size. So, not too much to worry about when I have Barry on here. So, no. The wheels are also exactly the same. Barry's just written on the bottom there, so, yeah. Anyway, that's probably enough on Barry. Now we'll go on to Captain Baxter. Now, if you don't know who Captain Baxter is, he is a engine on the Blue Belt Railway. He was seen in one Railway Series image from the Railway Series. I think it was Stepney the Blue Bell engine. And it was his only appearance in the entire series. But it technically makes him canon to the series, like Adams and all the other engines. So I decided to make him just because I was kind of bored, and I had him on my list to make things. So yeah, sorry for refocusing the camera. Anyway, let's get into it. So the chassis for Captain Baxter is a 2003 Henry tender. I also wrote C Baxter on the bottom. So yeah. The red I used is actually the same red that I used for the City of Turo's underside, like with his chassis and all that. I think it really matched the Captain Baxter red. And the reference image I used is, I believe, his present-day livery, with just the red and black lining, no white on it, at least what I saw. So I didn't want to do the white lining too, because I don't really like doing dual lining. BR black with the red and white is okay to do, but I just like doing simple liveries. I'm gonna have fun when I make Pretty Polly and Lemberg, so yeah. And those are customs that are in progress. I just have to get tenders for them. But anyway, back to Baxter. The running board is a little piece of cardboard, because the actual Captain Baxter's running board is very thin, so I figured my thin cardboard could represent that okay, and it does. The boiler for Captain Baxter is the same boiler that I used for Trojan, and I think Turo, yeah. So yeah, I have quite a few of those dowels, which is really nice, and it works for small engine boilers. So yeah. The side tanks are pieces of cardboard, I think. Yeah, they're just pieces of cardboard with a thin piece wrapped over the top to cover up the sides there. It looks really nice. Here's the other side too. This side is a lot nicer because there's not too many paint splotches, because it's a little darker over here, because I think when I was painting it, I accidentally cross-contaminated some of it with like the black paint, so whoops. Anyway. The sandboxes down here, they're just Lego bricks. Oh, there's a bit of glue on his wheel there. Never mind. That I had to cut a little bit to get them to fit around the boiler, because I accidentally misaligned Captain Baxter with his chassis, so he's sitting a little left on it. And the same kind of goes for Barry here. His boiler and smoke box kind of sit towards the left, which wasn't my intention, but yeah. Anyway, the smoke box door is the same that I used for Adams and Turo. The funnel here was actually, I had help, because I was trying to figure out what to use for a funnel, and a viewer on a live stream, which I was making him on, suggested I use Lego pieces. So I found a Lego candle piece off of like a Christmas train thing that I had, and I glued it on, so that was great help, and I really appreciate that. The dome for Captain Baxter is the tip of a eraser, kind of like Adams, just because I figured for this scale it works. Now I believe this pipe is like an ejector pipe, I think. That's just a toothpick painted black and glued on. Now these side pieces here are actually last minute additions. They're supposed to be, I believe, cab braces to hold the cab up better, because on the actual Captain Baxter, his cab is like really small, or like the cover and part of his cab is really small, so it needs like support, I think. So those are just toothpicks cut up. The windows are pretty simple with the gray. The doorway is gray just because of the black lining. I had to do the same thing with my Adams because of the black border lining. It kind of would just like blend into the doorway. So I had to do it in gray, which I don't mind, honestly. The roof is just simple black. The back here, he's got his little cutout thing at the bottom. I don't know what that is. I think it's like a cleaning hole, like you shovel the scraps of coal out of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why that hole's there. Peter Sam has one in the series, so I don't know. If anyone knows, drop it down in the comments, because I'd like to know. But anyway, there's a gray there to represent the inside of the cab, and then this side is pretty much the same. It's a lot better on this side, which I think is... Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to go over this red again. I've cross-contaminated so much of it. Damn. Well, anyway, you won't see him too much in the series, so it won't matter too much. Now, his number and name on his side are supposed to be on his, like, side tanks there. But I can't do something that small, at least not with my current ability. So once I get my laminator, name plate things, I don't know what it's called, but it's a little device that I use to get like white nameplates. And once I get that again, I can print out Captain Baxter and his number and put them right about here. For his gold, plate thing that he has on the side, I can just paint that gold, so. Yeah, anyway, so that's gonna be my Baxter. I'll probably have to, go over him a few more times with the red, just to fill in the cross-contaminated parts. Because I used a toothpick for some of the lining, so, yeah, that doesn't entirely dry all the way, but, yeah, it's fine. Anyway, so that's gonna be my burying Captain Baxter. I have plenty more customs on the way, because I've gotten more engines to customize, which is really nice, so expect some more custom videos soon, and I do want to apologize for the lack of videos, like actual solid videos. I just kind of haven't really been motivated to do it a lot, and I like just working on the customs and all that, so yeah. Oh goodness, I think this entire video the camera's been sideways. Sorry, my tripod is having some trouble with setting straight, so anyway, so apologize for that. I hope to get more videos out to you that are actually really nice. So yeah, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.